Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer Quest. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So we just came over here and checked out Ubersreich and did the quest there. There is potentially one interesting side quest here, but we're going to head up to Bogenhafen and then check out the quest up there. I'm assuming the last quest for this region is going to be in Nuln, and we did have a reference to that when we were doing quests for the Emperor or the Emperor's agent up here in Altdorf. But we'll kind of see what happens. Maybe we have to go back to Altdorf at a certain level. Maybe we just have to go back to Altdorf period? I'm not sure. Let's go to Bogenhafen, or Bogenhafen. Or maybe we have to check everything else out first. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh, something on the way. Lone tree. The travelers come across a lone dead tree in the middle of the road. As the adventurers move around it, the roots erupt from the ground and attack the Gark Blues Guzzler, who's our ogre. Breaking free. Gark Blues Guzzler is freed by the rest of the group and suffers no ill effects. So we do have a ton of toughness. If there's like a toughness check behind the scenes, we're fine. Something else coming up as we get in. Quake. The ground begins to shake violently as the warriors make their way across the rocky terrain. They do their best to dodge out of the way of falling rocks and detritus, but as they scurry clear, a large rock crushes toward Ungrim Truehand, who already has a broken ribcage at the moment. Ungrim quickly moves away from the falling boulder and gets away uninjured. Pretty impressive for someone with a broken ribcage. My Grey Wizard also has a broken ribcage from falling in that last quest mission we did, falling down through multiple levels underground. Nice gargoyle there, that's cool. Why is there a Skaven bell inside an Imperial town, unless they've already taken over? The Bells of Bogenhafen. Bogenhafen. Whatever. Bogenhafen, I'm going to keep saying it different ways every time. Bogenhafen is a large town on the central Bretonnian trade route to Altdorf. It is a bustling and cosmopolitan place. For some of your party, it's the first time they've seen fellow members of their race in many months. As the adventurers make their way further into the town, they notice a commotion by the bell tower that stands proud and crooked, close to the Sigmarite temple in the main square. The growing crowd are looking up at the bell, normally a gleaming silver icon sculpted with scenes of Sigmar defeating the vile necromancer Nagash, dominating the square from a prominent vantage, hanging in its covered arch. But that is not what the crowd and the warriors are looking at. Instead of the mighty silver bell, there is an unclean copper thing. A great crack runs down the body of the bell from the shoulder to the lip. It is inscribed with foul symbols where Sigmar should be casting down Nagash. The clapper is black as charcoal and yet glows an ominous green. Well, don't ring it. At the foot of the tower stands a beleaguered guard in Bogenhafen colors. The crowd are desperately trying to get past and through the door, but he's refusing the mob's wishes, shouting that he has orders to not let anyone pass until the arrival of an Archlector from Altdorf. The adventurers, due to the flow of the crowd more than any other thing, are pushed towards the door. As they get close, it opens. The crowd goes silent. Even the guard turns and gapes. The adventurers see their chance and push through the portal into the tower. The door slams behind the party of its own accord. Cautiously, the warriors climb the stairs. The adventurers reach the top of the tower to find the infernal bell swaying in the wind. "Mine, mine," says a screechy voice. From behind the bell emerges a Skaven. This creature is swathed in filthy white robes, and a shock of gray fur covers its pointed head. Its piercing yellow eyes study the warriors with a cold, malicious intelligence. "It is you, the ones that have been killing many of my kin. It grins evilly, as if such a creature could smile in any other way. "You must continue. Kill many more, I insist." The magic user in the group starts to utter a spell, but before they can get to a second syllable, they're flung across the tower by an unseen arcane force. No, not yet," says the Grey Seer. "My bell will toll every 13 minutes from this moment you leave the tower. For each toll, 13 citizens of this man-thing town will die. If the bell chimes 13 times in total, the town will be destroyed," says the mage with dramatic flair. "Only I can stop the bell. Bring me many tales, the tales of Clan Ungrel. Their lairs here." The Grey Seer lets a crumpled map fall to the floor, and it's blown to the feet of the closest warrior of suspicious provenance. Bring me many, many tales of Clan Ungrel before my screaming bell tolls 13 times. The gray seer vanishes, skitter leaping out of the warrior's reach. Alright, well. What level is this? Level 4? Totally fine. We can just jump in and do that. There is a good staff here, though. Power Store 7 to 10. That's pretty nice. My staff just gives me, I think, +1 health. Yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into the quest. The Bells of Bogenhafen. Now, I can't use my Grey Wizard or my Ironbreaker because they're both trashed. They both have broken ribs. So that's not what we want to do. I think we take you because you just leveled up and we can put some points into you. That's fine. I do have healing options here. But we could also take my Bright Wizard instead. Let's take the Marauder. Do I need that? We could just run these two up front. I do want some healing, so I kind of want him to replace my Grey Wizard. So we have healing spell options. But we could use the healing from our Waywatcher. I feel like this is a much weaker group, but I think the Bright Wizard kind of makes up for the loss of our Ironbreaker a bit. And the Warrior Priest is okay. He's just sort of an okay class. Yeah, we'll run it and see. It's only a level 4. It shouldn't really matter too much. Your warriors follow the Gracier's map, which takes the band deep into inhospitable terrain, away from the roads and trade routes of Bogenhafen. The crudely drawn directions take the party to an abandoned farm. Within the ruined farmhouse, a great sump hole leads into a tunnel network where the chittering hordes of Clan Ungrel delve in the darkness. Dwell. It was like dwell and delve mixed together for some reason in my brain. So with our warrior here, we can do spells. Well, prayers, essentially. We're asking for some additional godly help, which we can use to get a variety of different things to help us out. But there's a chance it doesn't work, even with a strong chance of it working. So, okay gear, 1 healing item, that's fine. I don't really have much room for anything else. I might as well give you something. A little bandage is fine, I suppose. You're all full up. And was this health? Yeah, have a health scroll. Sure, why not? Okay. Let's just go ahead and see what we've got. We want to go quickly. I'm assuming this might be somewhat timed. So every 13 minutes, the bell's going to toll, which is a bit of a problem. You're kind of slow. That could be a bit of an issue as we try to move through quickly. I don't have a teleport or anything with you. Lots of abilities, but nothing that's going to help in that situation to move faster. But stuff's low enough that he could probably survive by himself for a bit if we had to anyway. Not making it out of this room this turn anyway. Haven't got an indicator of like how long. Like maybe at some point it'll say like the bell tolls. Something like that. We'll see what happens. What do we got? 1 master breed rat ogre and 7 clan rats. Well, clan rats aren't a problem. The rat ogre is tough. Let's go with increasing our chance to hit. Sigmar says no. We'll try it again. Okay, it worked on those 2. These guys are weak, so yeah, let's have you move up and try to clear a path with a big swing. Hopefully we land with everybody. Good. I am free to move in. take out a bunch of clan rats and then focus down the troll rat ogre thing. Why are you missing? Why do you miss your shots? If I can see him, let's light him on fire with a burn. That'll do some damage over time. It's like 6 damage every turn. And I can still throw out a couple fireballs if I want to. But let's see what I can do with you. We can stab and then throw a couple arrows around. Just gonna pick on all the little guys. Not that they're threats, really, but just kind of annoying to deal with them. Well, so much for that. Alright, fireball. We can get a couple fireballs off without burning any excess. Just take out the little guys. If I have enough magic, I can also reduce his toughness next turn, and we can just kind of swarm him. There's the burn. Oh, gotta go for the priest. Two misses. Alright. I might reposition. You can reposition. You can't. So yeah, we can definitely swarm him. Alright, let's go increase chance to hit. Then let's go extra strength, I think. Excellent. I've got the magic we need, so let's go Withering Heat. That will take his toughness down. So it's currently 8. Now it's 2. And I can still throw some spells at him. You, we want to move away so I can shoot arrows into you. That's just more effective. Let's go ahead and swing away. I can stab and do stuff up close, so let's get in the room and we'll do that. Not using my chalice at this point, so we can do a couple fireballs, not too much trouble. Just gotta land your hits, guys. That's why I use the Scourge of Chaos, so you increase your chance to hit. And then just don't do it. Have a couple fireballs. Well, there's something. Alright, let's shoot him. He's gonna eat up a bit of my time here, unfortunately. Just because he's so healthy. I haven't seen an indication of time, though. Alright, let's try Scourge. That increases my chance to hit again. Partial success. And then we'll do Hammer as well for damage. Okay. Do I want to reduce his toughness? I mean, it definitely helps a lot. Yeah, let's do it. From an 8 to a 2. Alright, swing away. Still not a ton of damage. That's better. Landed both hits, good. Let's try for some stabs here. Something. You should be able to take him out, I think. If we can land hits. If not, I might go ahead and go with a fireball. Oh, it's not enough. Yeah, we'll just fireball you down. Toughness potion. I don't know that we're going to use that on anybody if I've got space. Good healing items, and I already have one, so yeah, that's fine for now. Okay, everybody moved, but we got him taken care of in 2 turns. I'm gonna keep like pushing quickly because I think we want to be moving ASAP out of here. So I'm not going to do much pausing before going into rooms, unless I really feel like I have to. Nobody's hurt, right? Yeah, we didn't take any damage at all. He just missed every single attack. Encounter. Warriors come across a halfling blindly wandering through the passages of the dungeon. He seems pleased to see the warriors and immediately suggests stopping for some lunch. From his pack, he produces rations that an upmarket tavern would be proud to serve. I mean, we're kind of on the clock here, guys. I don't have an option to not at all, so we'll go with the shortest one at 10 minutes. And thanks, we get ambushed. Good job, stupid halfling. Alright, we are surrounded. I don't have magic, but I can use my prayers. So let's go increase chance to hit. And let's go, like, increasing our toughness, I think. Because we do have a big guy here, potentially causing a problem. Because of my layout, we're not in a great spot for this. Okay, we get a follow-up hit on you, but it's not going to do much. You're just a regular... No, he's another master-bred rat ogre. Let's go here with you. Deathblow follow-up. Also hits, good. Now, I do have some reserve magic. We can do some stuff if I want to. Let's try stabbing first. Quite successful. I might want to just move away from you. Let's do that. I was hoping for a clean sweep there. Yeah, let's dip into the reserve a little bit and get a burn on the big rat ogre. And I can always get more back by using my basic Orb of Might. Greater Orb of Might just gives me more rare item. Been holding for a while. Just so you get those good items and then I never want to use them. Landed that hit. This one is much more accurate. Dodge. Haha. Alright. Alright, let's do the same trick. I'm going to reduce your toughness. Since he is a master-bred one, he's just tougher to deal with. And I'm going to go ahead and just fireball you now. Maybe even twice. Let's pepper him with arrows. Actually, what am I doing? Increased chance to hit first. Not that it makes a difference for the magic, but we did land our first arrow shot. Then we'll go Hammer of Sigmar, increasing strength. Alright, back to the bow. Now that we have an increased chance to hit, I'm missing all my shots. There's one. We can take another hit here if we have to. Thunk. Yeah, just not dealing enough damage here, unfortunately. If I can actually land my hits, we can do okay. Burn coming through. Ooh, big hits. And more clan rats, not that they're that big of an issue. But we got ambush, I don't have magic, so I can't do a heal right this moment. Let's start stabbing. If we can get a death blow, we can keep carrying on, maybe? Nope, we're just gonna miss. Alright, fine. You try. Okay, that's kind of... I was hoping he would do it all the way around and just take them all out. Again, I should have done by prayer. I don't use him often enough, I kind of forget sometimes. I'm just like, oh, deal with this problem, and then I start like, oh, no, I'm supposed to use the blessings first. No, okay, let's go steadfast. No, that would have increased my toughness. I can move away from him, which maybe I will do, because our ogre still has him pinned, and we'll just deal with these idiots in the back here, hopefully. Does mean it's a bit slower to deal with him. He is still on fire, though. I've got bow shots, so let's try to deal with the chaff. Be lucky if I can kill off the clan rats. Alright, smack, big smack, 17. It's something. Tempted to give him extra attacks. I've got a few options. That's the expensive one. Actually, it's my only option. I thought I had another item. I think I did have an item on him before, but I've used it. Okay. Probably want to do some heals. He is not on fire anymore, though. Yeah, I can do a couple heals. Instead, maybe just fireball him twice. Let's go with increased chance to hit. Excellent. And we'll go with increased strength. Nope. He does have his higher strength, so or higher toughness, so it's going to be harder to deal with if I don't deal with that. So I could just reduce his toughness. Yeah, let's do that. I'm not sure which is actually better. Like, if we can actually land our hits, I think reducing his toughness is better. Let's start with you. Good solid hit. Let's just pepper him with arrows here. Okay, I'm going to give my ogre a chance to get the kill. You failed. So, fine. Archer. Waywatcher gets the kill. Did she get the other one too? Maybe. Finger of Death Scroll. Bright Staff. +1 max wounds. I do have a better staff. I've got like a actual legendary staff that we started with, which decreases spell cost, which I like a bit better than like +1 power or +1 health. So yeah, that can just go in the junk pile. We'll sell that off. What else did we get? Melee attacks, toughness. Yeah, I don't really want to swap anything out here for increased melee attacks. I think we're fine on everything else. 6 toughness is quite good. Alright. We're stuck. Finally move up. Been ambushed so much. Do you have that regeneration going? I do have some magic options. We're fine. I can just kind of skip it if we just want to move. And I think that's what we're going to do. Let's just keep moving. 3 Globadiers, 1 Assassin, 6 Storm Vermin, so some tougher stuff. Let's again go increased chance to hit. Let's try it again. Only worked on our ogre. If we can clear the path, then he can maybe come in and hit some more. Okay, ogre. Well, I can only hit 2, but we'll do it. Make a big swing. There's one more Globadier in the back. I do want to kill the Globadiers as a priority. But I could just kind of do some mass area damage here as well. Let's do that again. Then... if we can just shoot the Globadier, that's fine. And I can pick on other weakened targets. Although the Assassin's a bit stronger. I don't know that we can take you out. I'd have to land 2 of the shots, I'm sure, to take out the Assassin. If I can do 1 on these guys, they're dead. What's the chance I'm actually going to land 2 out of 3 shots? Probably not high. Well, that's 2. Do have a little bit of magic. We could throw a fireball. Let's hit the Assassin. Not enough for a kill, but that's fine. If they focus on the front 2, we should be good. Going for my Bright Wizard. Alright, let's do chance to hit. Excellent. And we'll just go strength. Odd choice. The wizard is affected by the increased strength. We'll just start smacking right here. Let's just do a swing. Get them both. Night Goblin Finger Bones. Interesting. People will pay for that, apparently. What kind of freak is at the market looking? Do you have any Night Goblin Finger Bones? I really need some Night Goblin Finger Bones. We might as well heal while we're here. Okay, we're good to go. I can barely push into the next one. I'm going to. Okay, just a hallway. I don't know that I want. It's hard to reposition in a hallway, but we could kind of do something. Okay, push in as much as you can. We can make it. I did say I was going to try to rush this, so go for it. On entering the chamber, the warriors confront a larger, more regal Skaven, Ungrel's warlord. So, the playthings of Gracier Clackus make themselves known. The councils wish that Ungrel be destroyed. Clackus, their agent, as you are his, be warned he will betray you, as he did me. The warrior lunges forward. Its storm vermin also charge, whether through fear or loyalty, it is unknown. 1 leader, 6 gutter runners, 1 assassin, 1 rat ogre. Okay, pretty big area, nothing too crazy. I can't reach anybody, but we can give myself some bonuses. So steadfast for toughness. Affected somebody. There's Hearts of Steel. Magic resistance. Devotion, right, gives me back some health. Let's go for some dodge chance with Call of the Brave. You can make it to 1. I can't Mighty Swing here, even though they're like this, as I can't target the center spot for the swing. Yeah, go on the edge. Are there any bunches? A little bit. Throw a little fire back there. Go after a couple more. Let's just set the Red Ogre on fire. I'm happy with that. Then, what do we do? Pick off weak guys. There's the assassin over here too. The leader's not that tough, honestly. Yeah, go for the assassin a few times. Couple hits. And a miss. Alright, not terrible. Could dip into my reserve magic, but I don't really feel like we need to at this point. I'm not on an obvious time clock or anything. I feel like we're going to get back to the town, they're all going to be dead anyway. Even if we try to be quick, that might be why there's no timer or anything. Oh, the assassin coming through. Going for our Way Watcher. Nope. Ogre versus Ogre action. Alright, we've got a strong blessing. Let's try to increase our chance to hit. Failed. Let's try it again. Failed. Okay, take a swing. Take a swing. Take another swing. Know that I am deeply disappointed in you and all of your decisions and choices you made in your life. I'm going to fireball you to death. If we get a death blow, we can follow it up. Don't even get a hit. Awesome. Fine. Just smack him. This one isn't as strong of a Rat Ogre. This is a basic Rat Ogre, so it's not as difficult to deal with. So I don't think we really need to go too crazy with spells and stuff to weaken him. Nowhere near as much health. I can fireball multiple times. Leader's dead. Okay, I think that'll have to do. We took a tiny bit of damage, but regenerated most of it. It's fine. It's still on fire. Solid hit, but it's not good enough. Scourge. Let's go strength. Okay, he's at 7 health. You have an increased chance to hit. There you go. Victorious! Not a huge number of enemies, not too high a level, so yeah, a little bit of XP, but not a ton. Would have been nice to get more for him, since we just leveled him. I don't want to get too much on these guys that have already leveled up to 6. Kind of unavoidable, though. Okay. The Dungeoneers emerge from the ruined farmhouse, each carrying a bushel of severed skaven tails. There's no time to rest, recuperate, or even search for plunder, for the Screaming Bell will continue its doomed chimes until the Grey Seer is happy Clan Ungrel has been wiped out. There's no resolution? Guess we go back to Bogenhafen and see what happens. Probably nothing good. I guessed. It does say the quest is completed, though. As the warriors make their way to Bogenhafen, they see a tide of refugees leaving. The ominous tolling of the cursed bell and the constant death from the dreaded cacophony are understandably causing panic and an exodus from the town. On the warriors' return, they find the bell tower surrounded by Empire knights. The Archlector stands by the door, intoning sacred hymnals. The warriors are recognized as those that entered the tower previously and are brought before the Archlector. The Archlector pauses his cant and turns to the adventurers. You were seen entering the bell tower and shortly after it started to toll. Tell me why I should not have you immediately executed as heretics. With no room for subterfuge under the withering stare of the grim Archlector, they tell the truth, explaining how they were coerced into destroying a rival clan. The Archlector listens on, his harsh visage giving away nothing. Once the warriors finish the tale, the Archlector finally speaks. The Grey Seer is no longer here. His foul presence has left the area, although the blasphemous bell remains. I can locate the creature. Its fell magic scratch at my being like an infernal itch. You will take your cargo. The Archlector points at the pile of tails. And reassure the creature the task is done. And once it has stopped the bell, you will slay it. I shall remain here and see if prayer and the power of Sigmar can atrophy the dark magic and shatter the bell. This is my decree. Now go and prepare yourselves, but do not loiter. The bell continues to toll. Well, we have literally no money. Apparently we can still go to the market. Sell some of this junk that we've got. Yeah, not really much else. Don't have enough to level anybody. So we have the next part of the quest, it looks like. So it did say complete, but it's just a multi-part one. We've got plenty of level for it, so it's fine. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. Do we want the same group? At this point, I think instead of you, because you're getting too much XP, let's take the Marauder. These guys' ribs should still be messed up, so I don't want to take them. I wish I could look at stuff here, like when I select. I think this is fine. Good enough. I'd rather take the Grey Wizard because he's got less XP. But if he's got a bunch of stat debuffs for this mission, not great. As the warrior band travels to the Grey Seer's hideaway, it occurs to the adventurers that the Archlector has resources and power to go after the Grey Seer, or at least send an armed force himself. As well as being towering religious figures within the Empire, Archlectors are also shrewd political animals. Sending the warriors in his stead means that should the party succeed in stopping the Grey Seer, the Archlector can take credit for the intervention, but if the warriors fail, he can easily declare them heretics and traitors. This uncomfortable chain of thought is soon brought to an end when the adventurers arrive at the alleged hiding place of Grey Seer Clackus. Okay, we're headed up. No timeline or anything. Check our gear here real quick for you. Do have a green spot, but nothing I can really give you that's going to help. Yeah, with him I'm still running the increased... So the text is gone, but when he goes berserk, it gives him an increased attack of +1. So he'll have 5 attacks if he stays in combat. It'll start at 3, this is standard. Then he goes berserk, it goes to 4, and then if combat continues, then the sword triggers and it goes to 5. Everybody else, same gear we had before, nothing too crazy. I do have a blue spot. Do we have Finger of Death Scroll? I mean, possibly. I'll just give you some provisions. I've got plenty of provisions. Guess I do have the toughness spell, or potion. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I'll give it to you anyway. Alright. Let's go ahead and move. Higher levels, we're going to run into more stuff. 6 claw leaders, 3 globadiers, 3 assassins. Already much higher quality. Look at the density of the Skaven. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to go... Let's do increased chance to hit. And if that works, then I'm going to go toughness, but it didn't work. So we'll try that again. Nope. Alright. Sigmar is not with us. Let's bring you up to soften up targets. And if I don't kill much, I just want to do some damage. Nope, got a couple of the globadiers. Since they're just basic globadiers. I can't remember the second one is like bombardier or something like that. Okay. Lots of claw leaders. I think I'm going to stay this spot and I'm going to send the Marauder in. Ah, you have to miss all your attacks, huh? Just get in the middle of them. Gonna start. If we can get death blows and if we can maybe work our way around. Yeah, not enough damage. Let's try again. That was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Alright, let's throw a range shot. Not looking great. How much magic do I have? We burned all of it. If I just pick off weak. Pick off the weak, maybe. With bow shots here. So we got all the Poison Wind globadiers. Alright, we'll call that, although they do have a path to come in and attack a bunch of us. I'm fine with that. We can kind of fight them wherever. Mostly got these guys stuck on our Marauder here. That's what you get for not praying hard enough. You get stabbed by Skaven. Teach you to pray harder next time. Go for the wizards. Do have a decreased chance to get hit for both of them by melee weapons, so that's why I'm not super concerned. But if they do get hit, it's not great because they don't have a lot of health. Assassin's coming in too. Going for our elf. Nope. Okay, did go berserk, so we've got the 4. If the fight continues, next turn we'll have 5 attacks. So let's try again. Increased chance to hit, please. No. Increased chance to hit, please. Okay, affected him and our wizard, which is kind of an odd choice, but fine. I don't have a great area effect damage, so we'll just kind of wait and then fireball stuff, or maybe... Yeah, we could do a heal anyway, but... let's start here, just stab away. We'll take a couple to take him down anyway. Not quite enough. Alright, you... Let's move back. We'll take a swing. Miss. That's too bad. Alright. Start there. Follow-up hit on the assassin. Let's try it again. Not quite a kill. Assassin. Death Blow, Follow-up Mist. Yeah, the question is, do I want to... If I can get a Death Blow, then I can keep going. But if I just hack somebody, it's not going to do much. Let's try... Get a Death Blow. Okay, we got the kill, but not a Death Blow. Still have my range shots. We still have magic. What I'm gonna do is fireball the crap out of the assassin. Take some pot shots back here. Well, that would have been a hit, but he dodged. We missed everything. Unfortunate. Yeah, we'll just kind of live with it. We can take some hits. Got the block off there for one, another block. Yep, see? What happens when you don't pray hard enough? 100% you deserve that. Alright, let's try again. I don't think it's gonna matter too much because we'll kill him off here, but we'll go extra toughness. Alright, see look, you healed, or you actually got your spells to go off, so I'm gonna heal you. Little reward for you for praying correctly. Don't want to do anything to soften him up. Nah, just swing away from here. Alright, good hits. So we'll start here. So now we've got the 5, thanks to our special sword we've got. Death Blow. So he's weaker, so we'll start here. Okay, got the kill. Just the one left. We still have magic, and we've got arrow shots, so he should go down kind of no matter what. Could fireball you twice, that would be plenty. I'm not sure who needs, like, I don't really want him getting too much XP though. So we'll have you at least give it a shot. Okay. Strength potion. I might swap that out over the toughness. Yeah. If we can get a bunch of increased strength attacks on something, it might be better than just increasing his toughness a little bit. Because he's got the shield, he blocks pretty effectively. Alright, let's just do a heal. You're down a little bit, but you'll be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and head to the next room. Is that it? The warriors found the Grey Seer. The white-furred Skaven stands in the corner of the room, its claws raised as if ready to cast one of its deadly spells. So, Clan Ungrel's cleansed. Good, good. Come to stop me now, have you? The creature hisses. The screaming bell will not stop striking as long as I live. Well, you really shouldn't have said that. Clackus and 6 storm vermin. So we have a named Grey Seer. He's got magic resistance, Skaven magic. I do have magic resistance we can try to get. I might need that, actually, the way things are going. Come on up. So that was... which one? Prayers of Devotion? Nope. Hearts of Steel, I guess. Yeah, let's get some magic resistance, maybe. I mean, it worked on you. And then let's go increase chance to hit, I guess. Or not. I can still move in. Let's push in. Although I may regret that for positioning for magical attacks. We can do that, maybe? Then, I'm tempted to just light you on fire, but you do have magic resistance. I'm gonna try. I don't know if it'll resist it each time it would trigger, or if it only would resist it the first time I cast it. But we'll find out. So he's on fire now. It does continue, but it seems kind of weird. I would think, like, if we kill him, that's it. Or maybe he'll get to a certain resistance and he'll just, or certain health and he'll just leave. I don't know. I feel like we should probably only run into him in the last room of the dungeon or something. I might want to just start chopping him down, honestly. I could also try to stun him. I feel like that's not an awful idea. It did work. I can see him from there. Let's just try to kill him, like ASAP. Just focus on him. Dodge. Even stunned, he dodged. I mean, we could try to take him out. 9. Yeah, let's try to take him out first. Okay, I'm already regretting this decision. I can still shoot, so we'll shoot you. And I do have magic. Let's use a little reserve, and I'm just gonna blast these guys a bit. He took the burn. Did take a bit of damage. Let's do a heal. So, let's try the Hearts of Steel again. Okay. And then I'm going to try to increase chance to hit with Scourge of Chaos. It worked on him, which isn't bad. He is Berserk as well. Got magic. We could go in and do some stabbing. We've got the archery too, so I think we're fine. Let's just focus on this guy. One more. Oh, you missed. Alright, fine. My archer's going to take him out. Well, I say that very confidently before we're going to miss all our shots. There we go. Your warriors charge the Klekus, the Greyseer Klekus. They feel the battle's nearly won, but as they go in for the killing blow, Klekus raises his arm and vanishes into thin air. He's teleported to safety, but he must be nearby. What did I just say earlier about this being too early to run into him? I wonder if he's only going to have that little bit of health left. That would be nice, but he might be full health again. So much for that. Yeah, let's go in and do some stabbing, because he's hurt. We've got a good sword on him, so I figured I might as well try to use it. Close, not quite. So I'm going to fireball you to death then. And I'm going to fireball him for fun. 1 point short. I'm not going to go any more in my reserve, though. That's fine. You're supposed to block with your shield. That's why you have it. So we'll do some more healing. Good chance to hit. Try that again. I mean, it kind of worked. Well, make a couple stabs. See what happens. Problem resolved. Alright. I could move in, but I wouldn't have many people who could go, so I'm going to wait on that. We're basically fine. So let's just kind of let it go. Now we'll go to the next room. Kind of expecting to get ambushed, but so far not yet. 3 to get there. I mean, we can, I guess. He's going to be 4, unless we take the short route. Yeah, let's go ahead and open it. 2 rat ogres, 3 bombardiers, 4 death runners, 1 assassin. That's a bit rough, and it's one of the rooms with a big hole in the middle, which makes things harder as well. I think I'll just stay right here. I do want to kill this bombardier, bombardier, unfortunately. I didn't actually mean to do that. I was kind of trying to move the map around, but it shot the guy. Fill the gap. Go Scourge of Chaos. Try it again. Okay. Decent start. It's a basic rat ogre, so not as big of a threat. But I do want to kill off those other 2 bombardiers. Let's see if I can get an angle with our archer. But we could also soften him up. Got plenty of magic, actually, so let's do that first. Cinder Blast, hit the group. It's only 2 targets. I had to go there. Could do that, sure. Okay, take out that last bombardier, please. Please? Alright. Thank you. Go for the assassin in the back. Alright. Up front, Death Runner, Rat Ogre is about the same, honestly, although his toughness is lower. So go for the Death Runner. Whiffed a couple. Alright. Again, I could dip into reserves. We could throw a fireball. I could do a Cinder Blast. It's tempting. Yeah, do it. Good. Good block. Okay, he went Berserk, didn't attack us. Excellent. We're going to go Scourge of Chaos. That's about the worst possible case scenario for that succeeding, so I could do it again. Alright, that's slightly better. I could take my strength potion, but I don't think it's really necessary. Take the range shot there. Nope. Alright. Let's focus on the Rat Ogre here. I was hoping for more. That's true. Let's do this. Just to soften them up a bit. Yeah. Just throw out a bunch of damage. Kill a guy in the back, not a big deal. Alright, so you're now down to 4. Got the death blow, follow-up hit. Too bad we missed that. But I've got my archer. Not super awesome, but we're alright. Let's try an herb lore heal. Okay, it failed catastrophically. So he's a little bit dinged up. Could heal him, but I think he'll survive any hit he takes. I'll say they should be going for my warrior priest, not for my marauder at all. Oh, 3 claw leader reinforcement right behind us. That kind of sucks. Since it's reinforcements, we also don't get any magic, which is not good for us. So let's try toughness. Let's try again. Okay, got the guys in the back who are actually the ones I'm most concerned about, so that's fine. I'm honestly tempted to use my chalice to go additional attacks, because these guys are fairly tough. I kind of hate to use it at this point, but I'm going to. Increases my strength and gives me an extra melee attack, and then I'm just going to try to stab you to death. And if I don't quite get you, then maybe you can. I've only got 1 close combat attack, though. Hey, it actually worked. Alright. So then, let's focus on the other guy in the back here, but dodge. Super close. Unfortunately, not enough. So I could use an attack up there. I do have 5. Let me go ahead and do that, just to take you out. Red Ogre softened up. So, Rat Ogre? Yeah, Rat Ogre. Nice. Take our little range shot. Dodge. Yeah, I think we're fine. Got through the reinforcements, being ambushed from behind. Alright, do a heal. The rest of these guys aren't that much trouble, just we need to hit. So we're going to try to increase chance to hit. Excellent. And we might as well just increase strength too, why not? We do a tiny bit more damage. Let's see if we can pick him off with the bow shot, although he misses a lot. Nope, alright. Maybe soften up some targets. You can't see him, so I am going to go ahead, I think, and fireball him. I'll fireball you, soften you up. Landed our hits, just did a bunch of weakening the targets though. So with 5 attacks, hopefully we can take you out. Death blow. Nice. +1 melee attack potion. A holy artifact. So +1 melee attacks. That's interesting for sure. I think I probably want to give that to my ogre, so I'm not going to give that to anybody at this point. We can't move because we did a bunch of attacks, kind of blocked in here. Health-wise, yeah, down a little bit, not a big deal. They'll just regenerate, that's fine. Kind of leery about using herb lore. Oh, or we can just get ambushed. Awesome. Claw Leader, Clan Rat, Storm Vermin. Back to being Berserk. Can't do anything without just being swarmed here. Alright, we'll go chance to hit. And toughness. Okay, partial success. What we got? Storm Vermin, Clan Rat. Fine, you missed the guy we need to hit multiple times. Go for the one shot. No. Alright, well, you've only got 1 attack. Might as well swing. And we'll see what everyone else can do. No magic. I'll try to help out back here. Don't think I can do enough damage. Yeah, it's 1 short. So I might have to do something crazy. Okay, slaughter there. Can shoot into you, but I don't know if I can do enough damage, even if I land all my shots. Yeah, I'm going to take out the Storm Vermin with a quick fireball. Alright, we'll go back to chance to hit. That's pretty much all we really need. We'll go strength too. Sort of stuck, so swing on him. Okay. I am poisoned, so I just heal myself and it'll go away. Can't move if I shoot. I can still do magic and move. poison, I think it's just... lose 1 strength. If knocked down, he loses strength. So it's not that big a deal. Just thinking I might fireball him 3 times. But I'd like to save the magic to do a heal. Boots of Deception. Significantly decreased chance to be hit with a melee weapon. Look at that. I think anybody can wear those. I don't know who I'd want to give those to. Yeah, anybody can wear them. I think he's got a pair. Yeah, he's got a pair. Weight Watcher could be good, actually. I already have some items like this already decreases, and then this significantly decreases. I wish I would know exactly the stats for that. From this being based on the old board game, I would have to guess it's probably like a -1 to the hit rolls on a d6, and this might be like you only hit on a 6, something like that, if someone attacks you. I might just give it to you. Yeah, for now at least. I might change that up later. Free to move. Do a heal on yourself. Get rid of that poison. Move. Okay, hopefully we don't get ambushed again. We can actually get out of here. Alright, let's go. Clackus again. 2 Master-bred Rat Ogres, 2 Assassins, and 5 Storm Vermin. Is he hurt? No, he's back to full health. This is the end. Yeah, it kind of sucks. He got all his health back. I don't appreciate that. Let's do increased chance to hit. That failed. We'll try it again. Okay. Do you have a nice clump there? Dude, I'm gonna run you right on in. I've got a lot of magic, so... Cinder Blast... I don't think you're... It's not gonna do a ton of damage. Go for the guys in the back a little bit. Just to soften them up. We'll do one here. Then let's light Clackus on fire. Then I'll decide. Alright, let's come on in, start working on the Storm Vermin. Good start. Tempted to just swing away at this guy. He's got a lot of health, though. I mean, I could get right in on the ogres, too. Don't have my battle shout, unfortunately. I do have blood rage if I do get hurt to get some health back from damaging people. So I could definitely push it. You know what, let's do it. But I'll start on the Storm Vermin. Theoretically. Or just miss all those attacks. Awesome. So with my range shot... Yeah, just everything not going the way I would hope today. With my attacks. And I think, didn't he have... Yeah, he had the Scourge of Chaos active too. Crazy. Alright. I could get more reserve magic if we need to. I think I'm just going to shoot close targets for the moment. Okay, not a bad start. So I will take the corner and go on a little stabby spree. But I think that's it. I'm going to hope that they all sort of cluster on him. And this way, if he does go berserk, he's not going to hit one of my own guys. Wither, so 9 damage. Lots of misses so far. Big hit, 13. Haha, Skaven, he did 13 damage. That's totally random, I'm sure, but just kind of entertaining. They are going to go for my mage a little bit, but chance to hit him is going to be pretty low. Surrounding me in the corner. Oh goody, some clan rats. Clan rats are actually not a problem though. Does mean we're into a phase where I don't have magic though, which is a problem. Because now I can't do a quick heal on him. Guess we'll have to actually use an item. Just in case. Let's do... Yeah, just give me the potion of healing. Let's try a Scourge of Chaos. It's weak, so chances of working. We'll get a couple. And then let's go Steadfast for the extra toughness. No. Okay. Gonna back you up. Is that just a clan rat? Yeah. Yeah, let's work on this. Good hit on the assassin. Let's follow up. I was hoping to get a death blow and then also hit the storm vermin. Just didn't work out. Storm vermin. Nice. Again, I don't have magic. 4 attacks. I could wait till I get more to use my ability. But I could go ahead and do the Blood Rage. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I get a little bit of damage back for any hits that I do. We'll start with a little bow shot. And then I think I'm just going to prioritize Clackus here. Dodge. Miss. There's a hit. I got 6 health back. So this is even with Scourge of Chaos. So 1 hit so far. Yeah, 1 out of 4. Not great. He was on fire, though. A little bit of fire damage. Wither, though, I resisted. I have a chance to block attacks, too, so not just the missing attacks, but... Another big hit. Another big hit. Block. Nice. Okay, definitely need to do some healing. My burn is probably worn off. Nope, still on him. Okay. So, yeah, let's go Sear Wounds on you, because you're in a bit of rough shape. I think I'm actually just going to do it twice. He's so far down. And then we'll do Chance to Hit. Okay, fine. Let's do Toughness. Yeah, I was hoping it would work on him. I think I'm just going to have you go after Clackus. Let's do some stabbing. Ah, that's too bad. I think, let's just fireball you to death. Alright, hit Clackus. Dodge. I do have 5 attacks. Let's just focus on Clackus. So far, nothing. 4. Okay, we got 1 hit out of all of that. That's pretty bad. Hold on. I'm gonna move in. I'm gonna try to use herb lore, but it might backfire. Yep. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, Storm Vermin's down. We'll throw some shots at Clackus. Another hit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the bandage, although it doesn't do much. 2 extra health. I could force feed him some provisions, but I think he'll be able to survive. Especially with resist the wither. Come on, just block some attacks, dude. Just block an attack. Just block and dodge an attack. Ah, he's down. Well, I've got magic, I can get him back up. It's not that dangerous, because if we got ambushed, then that would actually be a problem. So we'll Sear Wounds and get him back on his feet. We'll do it a couple times. Alright, let's go again. Hit chance. Alright, good job. And then we're going to go toughness, just in case. Alright, everything's working our way. Go for the hit for the kill. Alright. It's down, but we still have the 2 rat ogres to deal with. Still 3 magic. I have done, like, literally nothing to these rat ogres yet. Let's just fireball one of you. Wish I could move, but I can't. I'm going to go ahead and use my Doom Strike. Just increases my chance to hit. So I've got that and the Scourge, so I shouldn't miss any shots here. I still did. Another one. So I missed 50% even with 2 accuracy bonus things going on at the same time. I could take the Elixir of Strength, maybe do more damage. Or Potion. The Potion is the weaker one, right? Yes. Yeah, we've got 5 attacks, so why not? I don't think I can kill one, even if I landed all 5 attacks. Good start, though. 3. 4. Landed all 5 attacks. Look at that. Good damage. I can only take about 1 more hit before I'm going to go down, though. I could use some crap on him to give him a little bit of health. I think I might as well. Because these junk items I've been carrying around just don't do much anyway. And I can always get him up if he goes down with magic, so that's fine. So we'll just use a couple of these basic things for just a little bit of extra health. So that hopefully he can go through the turn without getting downed, and then I can just heal up with magic. And I'm going to back off from the fight. He's doing a good job keeping them busy so far, though. Do take 2 hits, but we'll get through it. Strong, so let's go chance to hit and toughness again. Okay, I'm just going to switch to toughness. Let's see if Sigmar is happier with that. Only worked on me. Get right in there. I can do a couple heals, so let's do that. Definitely helps. I could even fireball. Sure. Let's fireball you. Let's shoot a bunch as well. %. About the same as when I had multiple hit buffs. These guys are taking just an awful lot of damage. The elixir is a rare, so I don't think I want to use it. I think we'll have this under control. Especially if I can kill this guy. Okay. So we should be okay with just one of them left. He just whiffs his attacks anyway. Alright, we'll do a couple heals. Well, that gets him in good shape. Let's heal myself because I am poisoned. Chance to hit. Try it again. Okay, worked on him, which is actually fine because he's got 5 attacks. Don't really want to get in on him, so we're just gonna stand back and provide healing for the moment. So we chop him down like a tree, apparently. Landed all 5 again. Crazy. Oh, another rat ogre and 4 clan rats. Awesome. Awesome, just what I wanted, and no magic because we got ambushed. Okay, chance to hit. And toughness, I guess. No. Alright, well, you got chance to hit, so stab away at the clan rat. Come on, dude. Alright. Do we keep working on the bigger rat ogre? I guess. He's a bit more dangerous, so I'll keep doing that. A lot of misses. And now I need to heal them a bunch. At least they're splitting up their attacks. Okay. With this magic, we're going to heal. Nice, 11. I'd like to reduce the toughness of the ogre, or at least light him on fire, one of the two. But I'm gonna get the heal, so we're almost back to full health. Let's try for this. Fine. Come on down. You can stab him instead. Alright, I could do a fireball, something cheap. I could use my basic orb as well, just for more magic. Let's just throw a fireball at him. Start shooting him with arrows and see what we get. Did I use? I didn't. I thought I already had this turn. Turns are going too fast. Chance to hit. We'll go toughness as well. Not who I wanted it on. Alright. Continue shooting. Got the death blow even. Followed up attack. Okay, main threats are dealt with. Should just be a matter of time here to finish off this last guy. Shouldn't take too long, unless, of course, there's another ambush. For you, I mean, I could just fireball you to death, probably. We'll go chance to hit. And... strength? If possible, I'd like him to get the kill. So let's just start softening up this ogre. He's weak enough. Okay, let's see if you can get a kill here. Silver Stake. More Night Goblin Finger Bones. Alright, victory! Too much XP for everybody. Except for my Warrior Priest. I've almost got enough to level him up to level 7, but I mean, it's 5 grand already to get to level 6. I don't know how much it's going to be to get to level 7. Hopefully we got a bunch of cash from this, from killing all this stuff. The warriors exit the Skaven's hideaway and are not entirely surprised to find the Archlector and his retinue waiting above ground. There you are. So you did survive. I won't deny the whole situation would have been neater if you'd also perished, but Sigmar works in mysterious ways. With the sorcerer dead, the bell was easy to shatter. Bogenhafen is no longer in danger. I trust we will have your silence on these matters. When the warriors nod in agreement, the Archlector summons a white-clad servant forward who offers the party a fine-looking blade. A personage of my office doesn't carry gold. This sword will help you slay more fell creatures and so earn a living. You have my blessing as a priest of Sigmar. The Archlector turns his mount and prepares to leave the area. If you find yourself in Altdorf, please do not find the time to visit, he says with a rueful smile. His entourage moves away, leaving the warriors alone with the corpses of the ratmen. Interesting, it's for wizards. 7 to 9 damage, +1 strength, +1 toughness. Not bad. The Grey Seer's Tale is done. And with that, all the Reichland quests are done. Yeah, I don't know why we're missing off Sterling stuff, and I still haven't been at Ulm, so what the heck? That's bizarre. Yeah, weird, because it's definitely in Reichland. I don't know. That's very odd. Anyway, so we have the wizard sword. So technically we only have 2 wizards, the way it calculates. So the elves count as elves. The wizards are either our Grey Wizard or our Bright Wizard. So our Bright Wizard already has a master crafted longsword. And I think I might even have one on him too. Now he's got this dagger. 7 to 9, ignore strength, +1 melee attacks. 7 to 9, +1 strength, +1 toughness. Do I like the +1 attacks more, or this +1 strength, +1 toughness more? Because otherwise it's the same. So I would do more damage possibly with each hit, if we can land the hits. But, I mean, it is worth more actually than the dagger. I don't know. I feel like it's basically the same. Like, it probably evens out to about the same damage. Because we're going to miss with some percentage of the attacks. So even if this one hits a little harder, this one's got more attacks, so it's going to do a third more damage if everything else is the same, but this one has a +1 strength, so it's probably, I would say this one probably statistically overall is going to do an average of 15 to 20% more damage, something like that, over the long run than this one. But this one does say ignores wielder's strength, so I might not be getting any strength bonus, whereas this might be, but I only have 2 strength. So it depends on the increase in damage the strength is giving me. The toughness doesn't matter too much. I might equip it just to try it out and see. The stake, I don't know if I have room. Like, I'll give it a chance for that anyway. Yeah, I don't have room for the stake. This is a good stake, though, being a blue item. So I think we'll hold on to that. So I'll look at my other gear and stuff. Let's go back to Bogenhafen and sell stuff, make some money, see if I can actually level anybody. We did get an okay amount of money, but I don't think we're going to get anywhere near enough. Yeah, 2,500. Even if I sell, like, everything, I'm not getting to 5,000. So that's disappointing. Alright, well, fine. We sold our junk just to see. So I think we'll go ahead and call it there. That was kind of a long one to finish off all the different parts of the quest. So I'm going to maybe go back to the first area and see if I can do some side quests to explore some more of the map and see if there's other stuff I can do, because there are some more missions up there. But anyway, this has been more Warhammer Quest. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.